Yo, what's up, you all? Back at it with another video. Hope everyone doing great. We're gonna keep continue talking about, the Andrew Tate saga, that whole catastrophe, and we're gonna see what's going on today because the day was special. They were actually at Andrew Tate protest in downtown Miami, where the federal court is. And let's see how that turned out. Please get the like, share, subscribes up. I really appreciate it.
Says, look, despite the compelling arguments, despite what you presented in front of me today, I'm still going to rule against you. Then we will go straight to President Trump's office.
So, despite a protest and loads of people turning up today to support Andrew Tate, the court hearing did not go his way once again, and his lawyer absolutely loses it outside court.
But Andrew and Tristan Tate are built different. And on top of that, they have...
I wonder how much did these guys right here, how much they got paid? Like seriously, I want to do how much these guys get paid. They just look like they just there just for the money, honestly.
The spirit of innocence inside of him. Nelson Mandela famously did 27 years of incarceration in solitary confinement, never changed his tune, and never...
Come on now. I know the lawyer not gonna use Nelson Mandela for the Tates. Everything Andrew Tate talks about is totally contrary to what Nelson Mandela talked about. So I don't know how there's a similarity with that. It's just, word salad.
Never broke his spirit and never gave up because he was innocent the entire time. Innocent men don't give in. Innocent men don't run from the law. They run to the law. They lean into the process. The idea that Andrew and Tristan Tate are somehow dangerous is ridiculous. Every charge that has been levied against them, the acts of these charges, the facts of these charges date back to 10 years ago. The idea that they are somehow a flight risk is insane.
Right now, the court hearing isn't about extradition, it's about whether or not Andrew Tate should get bail until he gets extradited. You prosecutors argue the Tate brothers are a flight risk ahead of any bail hearing. His lawyer is speaking here, fighting back the paperwork. Attorneys argue that Tate's high-profile image makes it nearly impossible for them to flee, and they regularly post updates about their locations on social media.
They have been on judicial release several years from Romania, and no matter where they are in the world, they fly back from Romania to get their court appointments all the time. The government knows this, the United Kingdom knows this. The enemies of freedom, the enemies of justice, the enemies of free speech, the enemies of Andrew Tristan Tate know this. So you can sink out of them, and they drummed up every lie they could, every lie on earth, every lie in hell, in order to make these two guys look like Osama bin Laden's rape. When they are nothing like it, they are innocent.
Why does guy in the background look like a Timu Andrew Tate right here? Y'all let me know in the comments.
They are gentlemen. They are good men. They have loyal people who depend on them for all kinds of things. They are fathers. They are sons. They are uncles. They are brothers. And they are best friends. And goddamn, they are American citizens.
Obviously, there is really bad prison conditions in the jail they're in. You might say, what are UK's grounds for not giving them bail? But the main thing is, them bragging online about having multiple passports.
If I fuck up big time and England wants me in jail, I can fly a Nigerian passport.
They're arguing they go to a country for a little bit, it doesn't have a proper extradition treaty, and it will slow things down. And some of these cases 10 years ago have been waiting to go to court for a long time. That is their main argument.
Lay out some really troubling details about potential new identities and hidden passports.
New court documents reveal prosecutors.
Yeah, they was talking too much, honestly, in my opinion. If they did, they honestly probably could have got out if they never said that, but talking too much, thinking they are untouchable, they run the world. Total bullshit.
Prosecutors believe Andrew and Tristan Tate have multiple passports and identities to help them evade law enforcement, calling them a major flight risk. The two have been in the downtown Miami Federal Detention Center since July 19th. Several social media posts used by prosecutors point to self-proclaimed misogynist Andrew Tate boasting online in 2021 that he is untouchable, saying, quote, "I can be in another country under a different name with a penthouse and $300,000 if things go bad." And this one, posted the same year, says in part, "Court date, I absolutely do not care." UK authorities are seeking their extradition for 59 charges related to rape and human trafficking. The allegations taking place between 2010 and 2017. Prosecutors say Tristan Tate may have a Mexican passport under the name Vladimir Scorpius. A photo of it was included in the filing.
The unfortunate thing for the Tate brothers, in 2026, social media posts oftentimes are used against you. I don't think anyone has a bigger digital footprint than Andrew Tate. He's been trying to become famous on the internet for at least 15, 20 years and said a lot of things that they used against him in that paperwork. They was literally linking things on X and all the different platforms of stuff he said to use it against him.
They are American citizens, entitled to the presumption of innocence. And this may make you uncomfortable.
And them tater tots out there are serious. Especially this one, fake imposer, fake ass Timmel, Andrew Tate. This nigga look like he don't get no bitches, bro. He really don't. He's looking sad. This nigga look like a mix between T.O. and Arsenio Hall.
But the presumption of innocence means that you are innocent as a newborn baby, that you are as innocent as Jesus Christ, that you are as innocent as your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, who sits home at your kitchen table and hasn't done anything. Imagine the government kicks in your door, takes out your grandma, takes out your brother, takes out your husband for a tweet, for an allegation, for some crime that some woman alleges that you did 10 years ago halfway across the world. And now you're sitting in the gulag, and now you're sitting in the cell with roaches, with rats, with drugs, with no sunlight, with guards who hate you, with the system who hates you, with the government who's betrayed you. And all you have is the people out here and your lawyers, and God is on your side. Yeah! Guess what? That's all you need when you're fighting against evil. That's all you need when you're fighting against Satan. That's all you need is fighting against, when you're fighting against corruption. Because if you're
And the lawyer sound like a freedom fighter, like he ready to go up in there and free Andrew Tate and his brother.
put yourself in a big dark room, in a big dark stadium, and turn it pitch black, one person lights a match, another person lights a match, another person shines a light, all of a sudden, that darkness becomes bright. And in that brightness, the enemies of truth and the enemies of light, the cockroaches begin to flee.
Obviously, Donald Trump has been referenced again. Apparently, I don't know the connections they still have to the Trump administration. If they lose and they are going to get extradited, they will take a last-minute attempt to go straight to Trump.
And the truth of innocence and the reasons why they should be released will be so overwhelming, will be so compelling, that if the decision goes the other way, we're all going to have to ask questions about what's going on here. And if we lose, and if this judge says, look, despite the compelling arguments, despite what you presented in front of me today, I'm still going to rule against you, then we will go straight to President Trump's office. We will go straight to Marco Rubio, because Andrew and Tristan Tate or any other American citizen cannot get extradited without the Secretary of State's signature. And we will say to him, I understand we have a long and lasting relationship with the United Kingdom, but don't forget that that relationship started when we took their tea and threw it into the damn water. Don't forget that that relationship started.
Bring your agent at Monday.com.
Man, this guy's trying so hard to convince everyone that Andrew Tate is some political prisoner, a social martyr. He's not that. He's just a guy that knew how to prey on people's emotions, and he had a great facade for a hot minute, and it's over now. His 30 followers that was out there, yeah, they not gonna free you, bro. They not.
Does get extradited, the way his lawyer is talking about the UK, and obviously Andrew Tate's been antagonizing him as well, this guy's going to end up with 100 years plus by the time he comes over. Some of the stuff he's doing is not going to help the Tate brothers at all. He was outside today, bearing in mind they're in solitary confinement, prison guards, they need their respect or something on their side. He was dissing all the guards, calling them fat, What do you think that is going to lead to in terms of Andrew Tate's treatment going forward in this prison? He could be in there a year, and then he'll get extradited back to the UK. He'll be in bail in the UK, awaiting to get an actual sentence if he gets convicted of the crime. Basically, today he was meant to get an answer on the bail, but the judge postponed the hearing over whether Tate brothers should stay in custody or not. Obviously, that prison is no joke. We spoke about it. They're really struggling from behind bars. You could tell in their tweets. And it also says in there the UK has until mid-September to prove the evidence to the State Department to support the extradition, meaning the brothers could spend months in federal detention center in Miami before the proceedings are even resolved. That's why they're desperate to get bail, and this is what the defense motion says. No date has been set for the actual extradition hearing. They're being held in a special unit for their own protection. Interestingly enough, it's Andrew Tate's own legal team that delayed the bail hearing because they want time to actually prepare. The government released this massive dossier, a huge document going through everything, the allegations, and they was thinking they don't stand a chance. They need to prepare their responses to these allegations to try and win the bail hearing. They knew they wasn't going to win today. And his lawyer has been talking about how bad the conditions are, and apparently they can't talk to their family.
We're the only ones who can see them.
Oh,
so
wow.
they're not allowed to see, they're not allowed to talk to their mother, they can't see their children, they can't see
really?
Oh, nobody. They're cut off from everybody. There's no access, there's no email, there's no phone calls.
Wait,
it's just us.
What is the legal premise to allow this to happen? That seems crazy to me.
They're using their celebrity as a justification to keep them in administrative segregation where you have no rights and no freedom and no daylight. It's the process is the punishment. They're using the process to hurt them in every conceivable way possible because that's what they do. When your enemy is the governor, and the governor, has control, and you have enemies in government as well, they turn the screws to you to get you to tap out.
Yeah, like also him not having a good relationship with Ron DeSantis makes it a lot worse with him trying to get out, trying to have Rubio, and to be able to try to get him out. At the end of the day, he's not going to get out. Only time he's going to be able to get out to go on a plane to the UK. Sad to say it, but it's the truth.
I mean, that's what this is. This is unfortunately, it's not uncommon to people who are political prisoners. It's not uncommon to anybody who's an enemy of the government.
When we eventually do get to the hearing where they're going to be applying for their bail, I'd be very surprised if at this point the Tate brothers get it. It could cause political friction between two massive countries that their relationship is very important over the Tate brothers, who Trump has never backed publicly. He's only had associations to his family. There's a recent article come out saying Trump administration are raising questions about whether combating human trafficking is still a priority for the president after the White House has launched a federal investigation after sex trafficking Andrew Tate. Also, the State Department gutted the office to monitor and combat trafficking in person. So they're already feeling political pressure within the White House about this situation. And this lawyer actually hit the nail on it.
That's interesting.
Whoever comes forward and says they're the person that will help Andrew Tate in this situation is going to be the person that helped him before. So they'll actually be going against Romania and the UK.
Why would this administration, knowing how much Jeffrey Epstein is hurting them, why would they let Epstein 2.0 out of a cage? It's dumb. And why would Marco Rubio, who has the ultimate say here, and I know he's part of the administration, but why would he just destroy his political career by being the guy who let the Tate brothers go? And here's another thing. Remember, in Romania, the Tate brothers were there under arrest and then house arrest, and then they were allowed to leave. And no American official is acknowledging that they're the ones who approached the leaders of Romania to get them out. No one wants to take credit for it. Everyone's running away from it.
The problem Andrew Tate has, if you go online constantly bragging about all your different identities and passports and also tell the UK government to come and get you, they can't catch you no matter where you go, and you're above extradition in certain countries, it's going to look bad. It's your own social media posts that are actually going to ruin your chances.
So, for example, I have 7 passports. I have 15 driver's licenses.
Their lawyer says they have no plans to evade the law and penned in a recent motion following their 2022 arrest in Romania, quote, "The brothers traveled to 9 other countries, and on every occasion they returned to Romania to check in with authorities because their release conditions required it. Since being arrested, someone is posting to social media on Andrew's behalf. A post from 2 days ago reads, Bugattis, money, federal prison, prosecutors after you, street notoriety, professional fights, children with endless women, etc. It's GTA 6. I live what everyone is waiting to play."
People thought it was going to get some big news today and everyone was going to see Andrew Tate news and get released. And I feel like this could get delayed a few more times. There's lots of paperwork to get through and it's complicated when multiple countries are involved.
Yo, what's going on here? Free Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate protest. Free top G. Free top G.
They look so pathetic. They look slow, dumb, don't got a life. They never spoke to a girl ever before in their life. Never hung out with a girl before in their life, and that's sad. It really is.
So guys, to fill you in lastly before I end this video, as it stands, the Tate brothers sit in solitary confinement and they will have to wait around 2 weeks now for the next hearing, and that will be the deciding one if they get bail. Now, if they don't, they could be sitting in prison for another year before they're extradited back to the UK. And I say it right now on this channel, remember, I'll be very shocked if they get bail. I actually think Trump's got the opposite pressure now to actually make an example out of him because of the allegations of human trafficking and the stuff with Epstein. I feel like there's more.
Yeah, me personally, I feel like Trump can't, even if he wanted to, because there is a correlation with what's going on with Tates and the Epstein case, and that case is still going on and it's still kind of controversial, and Trump trying to distance himself for that, so he can't be tied up to the Tates. So I believe that there will be in jail for at least a year until they're able to go back to UK to face their charges and be sentenced. So what do you all think? Just let me know in the comments when you comment. Please, thank you all for all the likes, shares, subscribes. I truly appreciate it. I'll be back with another video. You all have a good one.